Hey guys, how's it going today? And today I want to show you guys my soil mix medium, how I mix them and what I use in them. It has changed since last time I posted one of these, and it's been working out really well, and I use it on all of my plants. So all of my what are those called, succulents, cacti, centivarias, everything. And it kind of changes a little bit depending on the plant, so I may add a little more soil medium or a little bit more grit. It just depends. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so don't mind the space. We don't have that much space to work with. But anyways, I will list all the ingredients in the description down below if you're interested in getting any of these. And if you are Canadian, I will link you to a website that does carry all of these. And you can order from them. Of course, they do ship Canadian wide, but it does cost money if you are farther than them. Unfortunately, if you are in another country, you're just kind of on your own and you have to find these on your own, or if you can't find the certain things, you might have to substitute with something else, or you might just have to take it away, right? That's something that you have to do on your own. But anyways, these are the 5 main ingredients for the grit. And then of course we have the soil, which is on the floor right now. So we're going to start first with the most famous one. This is pumice. I think pumice is readily available all around the world. It is great. So if you can't find any of these, just pumice will do as well. And I buy the ones that are not as big, so they're like this size or smaller. So this has a variety of different sizes in them, or it used to. But I've been using quite a lot, so it's just, this size or smaller is perfectly fine. So pumice is the main ingredient. Now, like I said, if you can't find any of these, you can use pumice, definitely pumice, or perlite. Pumice and perlite. I don't use perlite anymore because I find perlite to be a little bit too chalky and too dusty. I don't like it. So that's why I don't use perlite. But if you can't find any of these, even pumice, perlite will do. Okay, perlite will do. So pumice, main ingredient for that is pumice. The next we have is, I believe this is Canuma. Canuma right here. Canuma is great because it's great for the acidic loving type of plant, which of course all of our succulents are acidic loving type of plant, or pH balance. It has a pH of 5.5 and it does have a more softer texture to it, so this will over time kind of disintegrate, as you see right here. Right, over time it will kind of disintegrate, so it's a little softer, it's lighter. So Canuma. Next we have is Chiabasa. Chiabasa is really great. It's more harder type of rock. It is great for rooting. It does help to promote rooting and also branching out of the roots. This is why I use Chiabasa. Chiabasa is really great. Next we have here is the Kiryu. Sorry, it's also another type of grit type of rock where it is acidic, which is great because, like I said, a lot of our plants are acidic type loving plants, so this is also great. It has a different texture than the Canuma. It has a little bit more harder texture, but not too hard of a texture, so this is great for that. Lastly we have is zeolite. Zeolite is great because it holds up to 60% of the water, so that way not all the water flushes through. It'll start releasing water, slowly, so that your plants will be able to absorb that water. If you cannot find zeolite, you can also use turfus. Turfus does the exact same thing. So this one has different shapes and sizes, which is great. So all of our rocks has different shapes and sizes and different texture, which is really great for our plants. Lastly is of course the soil medium right here. I use just Miracle-Gro cactus and succulents, or cactus and palm type of soil medium. I know a lot of people don't like Miracle-Gro, but I am poor, so I just buy this. It's been working out fine. And a lot of people will say, oh, this has fungus gonads. Any single soil medium will have fungus gonads or bugs or stuff like that. It's just whatever you get is whatever you get, right? They can't sanitize everything, right? So one bag you may not find it, one bag you may find fungus gonads or worms or whatever. It's those kind of things. It's just luck, right? So I use Cactus Palm and Succulent by Miracle-Gro. All right, so how do we mix this together? Usually I have one part of each of the rocks or the grit. So I'm gonna use this measuring, well, this pot, so this is one part, right? So it's not like 50 grams or anything, so one part of this, right? So whatever you're gonna use as a measuring tool, that is one part. Okay, so we're gonna dump it in. This would be one part. Right, and I'm gonna probably put it in here because I don't have anything else to put it in. So this is one part of the zeolite, yay! One part of the kanuma, and as you can see, the kanuma has a very, very, very soft type of texture to it, so it will be able to break apart easily. So kanuma. One part of the kirei. One part of the zeolite. Oh, yeah, zeolite. I might have mixed that up, but one part of each. Okay, we're gonna mix this together. We don't have that much space, unfortunately. As you can see, everything's mixing together. And lastly is one part of the hummus. This should be first, but you know, I'm doing it last because it was the last one in the bag. It within my reach. And we just mix it evenly like this. So now you have a very, very super type of grit. This would work great with like euphorbias, lithops, or cacti, right? Anything that does really, really well with super type of gritty stuff. Now we're gonna add in, of course, our soil medium, which we don't have space for here. Now, give me a moment. Let me see if I can find something else. Okay, so I did find my pre-mix bin right here. As you can see, it's been mixed with all this and of course soil medium right here. So as I mentioned, this is really great for lithops, mammillarias, what are those called? Euphorbias, or cacti as well. Anything that has a very, very small type of rooting system that really does benefit from more grit versus more soil. So this would be perfect for it. You don't have to mix any stuff in. But for those of you who have other plants, I can see right here, this has soil medium like Echeveria, Sansevieria, Haworthias, Gasterias, Aloes. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna mix in, of course, the soil medium, which is my Miracle-Gro. A lot of people hate that. That's okay. Okay, so every one of the rocks is one part, right? So all of this down here is one part. I usually mix in 3 parts. First, I mix in 3 parts of the soil medium. Okay. And if I feel that it's not enough soil, I always add in at least 1 more or 2 more parts. So then when we mix it up, okay, so let's move you on the side. Right, move you on the side, and then we're gonna put this down here. Okay, you can visually see when you mix it up, it's pretty good. It has even parts right here. This would be really good, right? Sometimes, but I feel like sometimes other plants will require more moisture. So I'll add in at least 1 more part of the soil medium. It's up to you. You can add in 1 or 2 parts. It just depends on how much moisture you want to keep, right? That's it. And when we mix this up, whoosh, 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 whoosh. You gotta make that sound. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Anyways, this looks great. This looks amazing. Doesn't that? Smells. You wanna smell it? It smells good. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Anyways, so that is my soil medium, and I wanna show you guys how I actually pot them because it's interesting. So I don't just grab this whole bunch and put it in. I mean, sometimes I do, but usually what I do is I grab more of the grit and I just lay it on the bottom first. And I'll tell you why. It is because when you add in the soil, because the soil is more finer than the grit, what ends up happening is that it will actually start shifting downwards when you water or when you move it around or when you do this, right? It will actually start shifting so that it just balances out the bottom. So if you grab, let's say, this at the start and just put it in, you're gonna have more soil medium on the bottom later on than on the top. So that's what I usually do. But sometimes I just do this because I'm lazy, right? And then what I do is I will just put the plant right on top. As long as the plant touches the soil medium is great, because what people do tend to forget is that these roots will come out when there's moisture. You see those roots? I don't want to damage it. Did I? Okay, good. I didn't damage it. These roots will only come out when there's a lot of moisture, right? So I always find when people put it into super gritty mix like this or something else, see, look, like that's grit. Put it on top. They don't water it, and it takes the plant much longer time to root because there's no moisture. You see, like plants like Echeveria, Pachypodiums, and Pachyrhizas and all those stuff. They tend to like grow air roots because they're searching for moisture. Same thing with your roots. Your roots will grow because it's searching for moisture. If there's moisture, it'll grow a lot faster. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that video. And if you like it, press like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. What are we going to do next time? I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.